Welcome to the module on provider requirements and registration. At the end of this module, you will be able to identify who can participate as a provider of these services and the roles within the program, summarize the responsibilities for each provider role, and list the training requirements and steps for registration. In order to participate in the delivery of youth peer mentoring services, provider agencies must already be an employment services provider registered with VR. If your agency has not yet registered but is interested in participating, please contact the VR Vendor Registration Office at vrvendors@vr.fldoe.org or 1-866-580-7438 and express your interest in becoming a VR employment services provider. VR youth peer mentoring providers must have a coordinator and mentor on staff. Provider agencies will assign new or existing staff members to fill the two roles involved in the delivery of youth peer mentoring. The youth peer mentor coordinator, who we will refer to as the coordinator, and the youth peer mentor, who we will refer to as the mentor. The coordinator provides the student indirect service through instruction, review, and feedback to a mentor, and assimilates documentation that demonstrates the student's advancement in self-advocacy and self-determination. The mentor, a like-aged peer, is responsible for delivering direct services to the student by performing acceptable activities. The Youth Peer Mentor Coordinator is responsible for recruiting and hiring mentors, matching the youth to a mentor, overseeing the mentor, monitoring service delivery, evaluating and monitoring the youth's progress, and submitting deliverables for payment. It's important to note the Youth Peer Mentor Coordinator's role is that of oversight. Coordinators cannot serve as a mentor and provide direct services to customers. The mentor delivers services to youth in a one-on-one setting. Mentors must be at least 18 years old and must have a high school diploma or GED. There is no maximum age limit, but mentors should be within 6 years of age of the VR customer. As a reminder, this service is available to students aged 14 to 21 and youth not in school aged 16 to 24. In the process of delivering the service, the youth peer mentor models self-advocacy behaviors and supports the youth while he or she practices these behaviors. The mentor provides more assistance in the beginning and progressively transfers responsibility to the youth until he or she is acting independently to seek, acquire, or sustain supports and services. Mentors can be assigned to more than one VR customer, but cannot meet with more than one of the assigned youth at the same time. Whether you are a mentor or the coordinator, you must complete all required trainings. Coordinators must complete 20 hours of online mentor training, a one-day 5-hour coordinator training, and a field assignment with PolicyWorks. Youth peer mentors must complete only the 20 hours of online mentor training with PolicyWorks. After completing the training, PolicyWorks will send each participant a certificate. The certificate is required to register with the VR Vendor Registration Office. In addition, coordinators must complete the set of VR process training modules, one of which you are currently viewing. These modules describe the details of provider requirements, registration, service delivery, deliverables, and payment. After each module, coordinators are presented with a post-assessment which they must pass with at least an 80% score to demonstrate understanding. The purpose of the post-assessment is to test your recall of the most important information that you will need to know in order to begin delivering youth peer mentoring services effectively. You are not expected to memorize everything in these modules because support resources and reference materials will be made available to you while you deliver services. However, you will need to successfully complete the objectives in order to know how to move forward in this process. We suggest that you take notes while viewing the modules. You will not be allowed to register with VR as a youth peer mentoring service provider until you have passed all of the assessments. If you do not pass an assessment, we suggest that you review the module, then retake the assessment. There is no limit to how many times you can retake the test. Take note of any items you are unsure of. Technical assistance is available by sending your questions to VR Transition Youth at vr.fldoe.org. These modules will remain available online to serve as a resource for you should you need it in the future as you are delivering youth peer mentoring services. VR wants to see you succeed in your delivery of this service because your success results in the success of the students with disabilities that we serve. You may register with VR as a youth peer mentoring provider when you have at least one coordinator who has completed all training requirements with PolicyWorks, completed the VR process training modules, passed the VR process training module assessment with at least an 80% score. After the coordinator has passed the assessment, the VR administrator will notify the vendor registration office to email the youth peer mentoring provider application to the coordinator. You will register by completing the Youth Peer Mentoring Provider application. The coordinator completing the application should list all additional coordinators on the employee contact form. As mentors join or leave your agency, you will update this information with VR. If you are applying and do not have a mentor yet, you can still submit your application, then resubmit the updated employee contact form after you hire a mentor. Remember, only one certified coordinator is needed in order for a provider agency to become a VR certified youth peer mentoring provider. However, referrals will not be received until a mentor is on staff. You will submit the training certificates for all coordinators and mentors listed on the employee contact form. A Level 2 background screening must be completed for all coordinators and mentors. Mentors not passing background screening will not be allowed to deliver services. We suggest that you complete this part of the process before extending a hiring invitation. Provider staff who have previously completed and passed the Level 2 background screening with VR will not need to complete another. The VR vendor registration office will notify you by email of your approval status and provide you with forms you will use to submit deliverables. Pictured here are the steps in the process to become a registered youth peer mentoring services provider. Right now, you're in the process of completing the training. Once you've completed the training and passed the necessary tests, you'll be ready to submit your application. As a reminder, if you are applying as a youth peer mentor coordinator, you have a 5-hour instructor-led training, 20-hour online training, and field assignment to complete before you can apply. After approval from the VR Vendor Registration Office, the VR Provider Liaison will contact the Youth Peer Mentor Coordinator to assist with questions about services, forms and deliverables, and resources. At any time, you can contact your local VR office and ask who the Provider Liaison is for your VR area. Provider liaisons will also notify VR counselors that a new provider is available if your agency is being initially certified to deliver youth peer mentoring services. Liaisons are a great point of contact if you have questions. And once your agency is oriented, all you have to do is wait for referrals. Remember, you will not receive referrals until you have at least one mentor on staff. In summary, the two provider roles for youth peer mentoring services are youth peer mentoring coordinators and youth peer mentors. In order to deliver services as a youth peer mentoring provider, both types of participants must complete all required training and the agency must complete the provider application process. Coordinators and mentors have to complete background screening. After successful completion of training, you will begin the provider registration process. After an agency or individual is approved, they will be contacted by a provider liaison to offer assistance. Thank you for completing this VR Youth Peer Mentoring module. You should now be ready to take the associated test. To access the test, return to the Vendor Resources page on rehabworks.org and choose the test that corresponds with this training. Remember, you must complete all 5 modules and pass their associated tests before you can apply to deliver services. If you have questions, please contact VR Transition Youth at vr.fldoe.org.